Hey guys, today we're going to do a Minion Masters deck profile for Mordar. This deck focuses around using Cleavers and Red Golem, which is just excessive. Alright, so this is the man Mordar. It's a skeleton, I guess Necromancer too. His basic attack is just an AoE, hits all the enemies on your side of the board for 10 damage. Now the longer he's channeling this AoE, the quicker he actually does it. So eventually he can get it so it's one attack each second, which is really good. So that's why sometimes you see Mordar is just like cranking that bitch. That's pretty good. Clears out like propeller scrats and like any of that shit. First perk, Tombstone. This is why everyone loves Mordar or hates him. Depends. Tombstone is building. You place down 400 health. Activates after 10 seconds. And what happens is when a unit dies and a tombstone's activated, the unit respawns at the tombstone goes away. So you can obviously see if you had a red golem and then you got it back on the tombstone, that would be like 9 mana basically for free. Because tombstone doesn't have a cost. So that's huge. It's fucking great. And second perk, another tombstone. It's the perk so nice you have it twice. Same thing, just another tombstone. You can have as many of them as you can get on the board. So I've had 4 at one point. Just depends how hard you can cycle the cards. And then finally you get Vengeful Dead, which makes it so that all of your units that are resurrected from a tombstone get Frenzy, which is 50% attack speed, 50% move speed. Let me tell you, dude, when you see a Cleaver coming at you with Frenzy, you're like, what? Like, can I get out of here, dude? It's scary. So that's basically what Mordar does. Now we're just looking at the deck here. So I'll basically do what I normally do is just explain each card, and then I'll explain what you're looking to have happen with each card. So Bridge Scrats, 2 cost, you send it out, and you put 2 little Scrats on the bridge. If you control the bridge, they're armored Scrats, but that really usually never matters. Healing Puff, just a little puff, you put it on the bridge, gets you 25 health each second. Adds up quite quickly actually, and it's good for like diverting pressure, right? Stint, just a cheap kind of little anti-air, single target, doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's pretty good. Nice card. Shock Rock, tiny AoE, shock, and direct damage, really useful. Bounty Sniper. It's Sniper, it takes a little while to charge up his attack, but if he kills the thing he's aiming at, then he gives you XP. So I'm not sure, I think it's the same amount of XP that you get from holding the bridge for whatever the time period is. So it's great. It's great. Aimbot. It's basically just a stint on steroids, and it starts with marksmanship, which gives it 2+ range. So it's a bit more healthy, it's a bit more durable. Does the same job though. Then we get into the bread and butter of the deck here. These are the boys. But basically anything 5 up is what you would be pleased to get on your tombstones. A Scrat or a Bounty Sniper, not bad I guess, not great. Red Golem, that'd be amazing. And then this little shit, that's not what you want. And that is kind of difficulty with this deck. Anyway, so we got the Cleaver here. Simple card. He just runs down the field pretty fast and launches one big overhand swing. Does a ton of damage, but obviously can be countered because he has a very long recharge time for the attack. So if he gets attacked by a lot of small units, then he's going to kill like 2 of them maybe, and then get overwhelmed. So we got 2 Cleavers. They're just great though. Getting them on the tombstones, dude. Oh, it's filthy. The Red Golem here. Now the Red Golem is a nice card. It's basically, if we look here, the Red Golem has the same stat line as the Blue Golem, which is, so the Blue Golem's 7 mana, and it does whatever, all that shit. The Red Golem is 9 mana, and it's got all the same stats, but if you play it when you're below 50% health, he has double health. So it's essentially, I don't want to say it's like you're playing 2 Blue Golems, but it's very good. So that's just a really fun card. It adds a little dynamic to the deck, right? Right. So how we want this deck to play is basically want to get board control, board advantage, by soaking damage with Mordar. So the first aspect of that is if you're going to soak damage, things are going to have to cross over to your side of the field, which means they're going to have the bridge. So they come over here, they take the bridge. Say, like, a good example, level 1, say they split, like, some Legionnaires, 5 mana card, and they get both bridges. Not a big deal. You wait until they cross over. Make sure you don't play this card too soon, otherwise they'll come back over to kill the bridge buddies and retake the bridge. You play the card, you get both bridges back, and then you start getting board control by clearing out the Legionnaires once they've started attacking Mordar. Next, we have stints. Simple card, you know. How you want to play this? You want to use it to reinforce your pushes, right? So I would play it to reinforce like a push with the Cleaver, because the Cleaver, great card, can kill a lot of things. Out of melee units, the only ones that really hard counter it are like Divine Warrior and Musketeer. Totally kills it. But it's great against, like, it'll one-shot like a lot of like skeletons. What's that other one? The Incubus. She normally like teleports away from cards that hit her. Not gonna happen, dude. She's dead. She's dead if she gets hit by a Cleaver. Great also for taking out arcane golems. You know, just when you see an arcane golem, just stop it right in its tracks, dude, because that shit is gonna become a problem. So the Cleaver is really good at that. But just like the red golem, very easy to counter with air units. Xiao Long, or with just like Scrats. So that's why you have the cheap little stints, right? You can't afford to exactly play, you know, a Cleaver and an Annihilator or something, but you play a little stint, you know, it kills a couple air units. It's not too bad. Just good utility too. Shock Rock, great card. Serves a similar purpose to stint. It's better at clearing out groups of small units like Propeller Scrats, but I choose this. I double up on the stints because I just hate Xiao Long, and stint counters Xiao Long, and Shock Rock actually gets countered by Xiao Long. So I just kind of have that going for me there. Bounty Sniper's amazing. Just Mordar doesn't kill units like very effectively, so like he'll weaken units up, and Bounty Sniper will just come in for the kill, gets you ahead. It's fantastic. Normally I'll play this like, so say the enemy plays, what's that card? Swarmers. They split the Swarmers, whatever, they take both bridges. Play the Bounty Sniper in the crook there, in the the crevice corner by your Mini-Master, so that way he won't get targeted by the melee units. But he'll kill 2 or 3 of these Swarmers, getting XP on each kill, because Mordar, I don't think he can kill them, like, very quickly. Finally, we have Aimbot. Basically, everything I said for this stint applies to the Aimbot. It's just a little bit, it's a good support for a push, except it can actually kind of be its own push because it does do quite a lot of damage and it has the range advantage, so it'll win quite a lot of trades. Obviously, you want to have a front line for it, but if you don't, it's not the end of the world, and it's not even bad to get on the tombstone anyway, so. Cleaver, man. Cleaver's the bread and butter. You want to be playing these Cleavers every shot. When do you want to play them? Pretty much whenever. Whenever you feel like you can support a Cleaver push with a stint or with a Shock Rock or whatever, just play it. I'm trying to think of reasons not to play it, but unless they have like a Musketeer on the board, you're probably pretty good to play a Cleaver. Red Golem. Red Golem is one of those cards, like Healing Puff, that kind of synergizes with what I was talking about earlier, soaking damage with Mordar. You soak the damage with Mordar, allows you to build board advantage because your cards are killing their cards without themselves taking damage. The consequence is that Mordar becomes low health. Now, when he becomes less than 50% health, you play this Red Golem, dude, you play that and it gets double health. And that puts huge pressure on the board. That's massive, especially if you have tombstones up. Sometimes I'll just drop the Red Golem, drop some tombstones, and just wait. It's like, make your move, buddy. How you gonna play this? So you put the Red Golem down. It's just great pressure. It's super tanky. It has the health of basically 3 cleavers worth of health, and cleavers are pretty tanky. Does a ton of damage. Pretty good attack speed too. That's the thing with cleavers. Slow ass attacks, man. This guy, what is it? Attack speed. He attacks every 2 seconds. Wow. Okay. Cleavers though, every 5 seconds. So, little burp there. So red golem's perfect. So now, you soak the damage, you're playing your red golem, that's all good, that's fine and dandy. What if you soak too much damage? Because Mordar is a pretty defenseless leader, so it can't happen. Things can get out of control. It's happened to me about a million times. Well, that's when your healing puff really shows up, right? So you hit the pressure on them, you kind of crack back with your red golem or whatever you do. Then you want to put the healing puff on a bridge, and that'll heal you up. You can easily keep it 5 or 10 seconds. That's a couple hundred health. If you can keep it, 8 seconds, then that'll probably get you out of lethal range for most spells. So yeah, healing puff's very strong. It forces them to target it or let you get, back up to a healthy, life range. And if they do target it, then they got the red golem or this cleaver coming right at them, and it's not a nice experience for them. So that's basically that's the deck. That's how I want it to work. It's worked well for me. It's gotten me to diamond. Got me through platinum. It's a nice deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more Minion Masters content, man, just throw this a like, comment, whatever you want to do. It's all good.